Welcome to the Deadlifts and Pizza podcast, where we discuss no BS fitness and nutrition.
We're your hosts. I'm Laura.
And I'm Jaime.
Let's get into it.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
I haven't talked to you in less than 3 seconds.
I know. I missed you so much.
Okay, so I don't really have a big introduction for this one because we just did it on the last one.
Awesome. I think sometimes all of the chit chat, people love it, and sometimes it's not so fun.
So we're just going to go back into my hodgepodge of topics.
What you got?
Okay, first, I always need to correct mistakes that I've made when I say things because I just hate making mistakes and I don't want to be an idiot. So I have to correct them and I have to be truthful, and I hate giving false information, even though it doesn't matter. What I'm about to tell you is you're like, okay, stupid. Anyway.
I love that about you, to be honest.
Good. I'm glad it's not annoying.
What'd you fuck up this time?
So the last episode or the one before, now it's like
we just were talking.
No, the one
ago?
Before that. So it's like 3 episodes away.
All right,
like 3 episodes ago, I said that because we were trying to figure out how long we've known each other, and I was like, and this was the episode where my brain, when I'm telling you, I was like really stupid, and I was like, oh well, I worked with you, I hired you first, then I worked with you, and then blah blah blah. So it had to have been 4 years, but that wasn't a year apart. I don't know why I was thinking that. So we've only known each other for 3 years, not 4.
You know,
3.
I really think there was millions of people listening that were doing that calculation, and thank God you cleared that up.
I know, right? It's so important that people have the right information.
The flood of emails being like, no, at that time of life, you didn't know each other, and I know this because I was trying to
you
prepare
liar.
to get ahead of that. Right.
Liar.
So thank you for clearing that up. I think that's going to prevent a lot of confusion. She can't speak because she's laughing.
It's just, I know how stupid I am, but yeah, it wasn't important, but I have to. I have to. Everybody
henceforth always will know that you will never BS them ever about anything.
I don't. I always have to correct myself. I'm like, no, I was wrong. Even if it made the other person's point correct. Like if we were debating even something in politics, even I'm like, nope, I was wrong. That was incorrect. Nope, that was false information. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
true.
I
have to be like, yeah.
So, yeah, that is true. We've had many a political disagreement where you've come back and been like, I just wanted to make sure that I was correct, and it turns out I was. Or you'll be like, I was slightly off. It was 2.7%, not 2.5, as I previously stated.
That's why I get so frustrated when people are like, no, that's false information, or they tell me I'm like wrong, or that I'm like making stuff. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I won't say this if I didn't actually know it was true. You know,
you're the opposite of, you know how my dad is, and I'm like this I'm like this. I get this from him, but I'm not as bad as him. My dad's one of those people who he can and will say any BS, and the way that he presents it, he says it so confidently. I'm like, oh, well, you heard about that, right? I'm like, no. He's like, how have you haven't seen the news? Oh my God. And he'll talk about something that's total BS. But the thing is, he actually does believe it. So that's kind of why you're like, okay. But even if he recognized it wasn't true, he wouldn't then come back and be like, oh yeah, I realized that wasn't true. And he says things with such confidence. He's the guy that can walk into a room and just like BS everybody in the room. And
total opposite.
Yeah, I know. You're the total opposite. But it's very interesting because there's opposite ends of spectrums, right? But somewhere in the middle, there's genius. There's some genius that lies in there, because if you can learn how to like balance the two, or at least how to take what you know to be true, or you genuinely believe to be true, and genuinely like help people and get people to believe it, so that there's that in there too. Like if you actually know something that's factual, that is actually very helpful, like the things that we know, and then you have the ability to present it in a way that gets people to believe you. Like if you can, you know what I mean?
Saying. I thought you meant like BSing a little bit. And like, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, I guess as long as you have the right information and it's actually impacting people, how do you present that in a way that actually gets people to believe you? Right. So there's a gift and an art in that.
Well,
it's very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think when I do talk, at least I know, like, I'm confident in what I'm saying because I know it's true.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't say it, right?
Yeah,
So there's that.
that's true. It's not like you're delivering things insecurely. So
No.
that's a whole different
Yeah.
topic,
And if I
actually.
don't
But
know it's true, I'll always say something like, don't quote me on this because I don't know if this is perfectly accurate, but I believe
right,
blah, 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 blah. Like, I always
right.
have to like, what's the word? I don't know. What's the word? Help
I
me.
don't actually know. I can't help.
Okay. Never mind.
I know what you mean, but I don't know the word for it.
Yeah, there's a word.
So many cats in my yard. This is crazy. Anyway, next.
Okay, next. Oh, I also had to make another correction
Oh, God.
of when I started my diet because we were like arguing back and forth with that.
The reason I'm laughing so hard is because Laura and I even had an extra maybe 5 conversations about when I started mine just to make sure.
And I think you thought I was like trying to tell you that you're wrong. And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to tell you that I'm not crazy. And this is when I started. So I
did, when I went back and listened to that, because I was editing it so much to make sure that everything made sense and that I was cutting out dead space and everything. I was thinking in my mind, I wonder if she actually did start closer to February.
Yeah.
Did you?
I did. It was like March. It was the first week of March. I've been doing it way longer, but I've just been kind of like I've been doing it, but not like hardcore. Right. So at first I was like eating 17 to 1800 calories.
Right.
And there was only a couple weeks where I went like a little bit more hardcore. So I've been doing it for a long time, and now that I've done both, by the way, like more of a like light, like whatever, and taking your time, and the more intense one. And I was always like, I like the more intense one better. I don't like dragging it out.
Yeah.
I still agree with that. I'd rather.
Okay. Opinion hasn't changed.
No. That's what I'm doing next year.
Next year?
Next year. Because I won't cut again until next year.
Oh, you were just talking to me about, I don't know what to do. Should I do it again?
Oh, I might right now. I'm kind of like the same thing. Like I'm right now I'm doing, I want to eat. I don't want to do it anymore. Like I want food. I'm making all these Ninja creamy ice creams and they're so good. And I just have so many foods that I want to eat right now.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I'm doing from now on? For forevermore. Yeah. And I'll change my mind by next week. Forever. From this point forward. I will do 4-week cuts with 1 week maintenance.
Yeah.
Forever. For the rest of my life. Maybe 2 weeks maintenance. Because the magic is when you do, first of all, if you just do, and I don't mean intense, even like 1,200 calories, because that's even too intense. I'm not even talking about that low. I'm talking about 1,500.
But if you're me, I'm like, I have done streaks of eating 1,500 calories for like 3 or 4 weeks and barely anything happens. Like I have to cut my calories really low. I don't know if it's because I'm such a short person,
maybe.
So, shorter people can't eat as much food. So I don't know if that's why, but yeah, but I know what you're saying.
Yes. Relative to what works for you. Right.
Yeah.
So what works for your body type, et cetera, if you need to cut them low. But what I also really like about cutting low, it's short duration, right? Mm-hmm. And then the effects of a week and possibly 2 at maintenance is really, really cool. Because you've got, right? It's like you really don't gain weight. Your metabolism revs up. And then if you go back into the cut quick enough, you kind of just go right back into the results.
I'm going to do that in reverse. I think because every year I do like some kind of special diet or whatever in the fall just to try different things.
4 weeks at maintenance, 1 week in a cut.
No.
What's the reverse of that?
Well, I guess that is sort of no, it's not the reverse. The reverse would be going to maintenance. So I'm in that 1 week. Mm-hmm. So no, I'm going to do like 4 weeks in a bulk and then 1 week in a cut. 4 weeks in a bulk, 1 week in a cut.
Got it.
In the fall. Because normally I do like a special diet and I always try different things. And I just don't feel like it this year. So I'm just going to do a traditional muscle building phase. Mm-hmm. But
you know what I think? Continue.
For right now, my diet. So to get best of both worlds so that I'm still in a cut is I'm going to do what I was doing before where I have like 2 days where I eat, like today's one of those days. I get like no food today where I eat really low calories And then the rest of the week, my calories are up higher so that I don't, because then I still get to enjoy those days, and I can do that extreme thing for 2 days a week, and it's
What's
not
your
that
calories then? What's your cycle?
bad. 1,000 right now. So
Holy hit balls.
yeah.
That's zero food.
It is. Do you want me to tell you what I have today? Do you want me to tell you what my food is?
Yeah.
So, because I planned it out. So I did have half a scoop of protein powder in my water before my workout, or while I was working out. So there's that. And then for breakfast, I made like a skillet meal of ground turkey, some olive oil, garlic, onion, and a whole shit ton of kale. Because
I can't believe you can have olive oil with 1,000 calories.
Well, it's only like a tablespoon of olive oil. So if I'm dividing
that's a lot. Oh,
dividing that out into 4 servings, it's only it's 30 calories.
Yeah.
So it's,
still. 30 calories, you could have a small apple.
No, but it I need the fat. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's only 287 calories, and I get I was joined the CSA, so I have like a ton of kale. It was like probably 4 cups of kale in there, so I'm getting like a ton of nutrients.
Yeah.
What? And it didn't taste that bad. Yeah.
I love kale. Oh my god.
Cooked raw, it's very bitter.
Yes.
Then for lunch, I'm having a big ass salad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm having, and I've been eating these a lot. So same thing, stuff from the CSA. So I have a whole bunch of lettuce. There's gonna be a ton of lettuce in there, and then 7 ounces of chicken, an egg, and then a bunch of vegetables. Carrots, celery, cucumbers, all that
dressing.
Stuff. A little bit of. Oh no, I don't think I put that in here because I think the other days I did it separate.
You know what's good?
Oh, no, I have it in there.
Oh, I was going to say just lemon or lime juice with salt.
Okay, maybe I'll try that.
It's actually pretty good, but
I just used all my lime. It does. It feels sad, but maybe I don't know. I don't mind the veggies. I don't mind it. And I made the chicken in the air fryer. It was really good.
That sounds good.
And then for dinner, quote unquote dinner, I have no calories left. So I'm having broccoli, peas, squash, and a little bit of olive oil.
Are you kidding me?
And that's 105.
You got all your protein in with that stuff?
It's only 105 grams, but what am I supposed to get with 1,000 calories?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's 105 grams of protein.
But that's only 2 days a week.
19 grams of fiber. So
2 days a week.
And pretty good with my micronutrients too, even though it's only 1,000. Yes, and only 2 days. So it's like I can do that for 2 days.
And the other days are how much?
All different. So let me see. This week it was Monday is 1,800 because that's what I also changed my workouts to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, full body. So I because I'm doing this, I thought it would be easier to make sure I don't work out because normally I've been working out 5 days a week hard. So now I'm just doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, longer workouts, more intense workouts. So those days I'm going to eat a little bit more. So Monday is 1,800 calories. Tuesday is 1,650 calories. Wednesday is 1,700 calories. Today is 1,000 calories. Tomorrow, 1,800. Saturday, 900.
That sounds awful.
Sunday, like 1,650-ish again. So that's 1,500 average.
Okay. You'll have to let me know how that goes.
As long as I don't get bloated, I can do it.
And how many, you do that for 4 weeks? How long are you going to do that for?
Probably like 4 weeks. And then I'm like, it's August and I'm done now. Yeah, I'm just going to stuff my face.
Okay, awesome. My goal is to get back tracking again. This week, it's Thursday right now. So for the rest of this week, I'm going to, what I've been doing, which is essentially weighing out my protein per meal. I'm kind of just like mentally calculating. And then next week I'm going to start fully tracking again. And I'm going to do the 4 weeks at 1,500 with really high protein. Now that we're not eating out anymore, it's easier to track. And then we just got our adjustable dumbbells yesterday. So we have my husband just did a little mini workout out in the garage. So I'm just going to move. This way I'm going to do 2 moving sessions where I utilize weight.
Yeah.
And then next week I'm going to start, I'm going to write up something that utilizes those weights.
Okay.
But next week's my week to start structure.
Good.
That's my goal. Structure
Good.
starts next week.
Oh, I also like, I'm doing the 3 full body, but I'm doing power still on Tuesday because I just love that. Like having like a power workout. And then today was a sprint workout. So as long as the weather's nice outside, on Thursdays I'll sprint, and I was able to this morning.
You know what I did last week when I was at my mother-in-law's house? I didn't have any weight, but I wanted to do some workouts, and I did a couple of things. I went and joined I got a free membership at a gym. I did I think 2 days there. I did some other things, but there was a day where I wanted to do something, but I couldn't leave to go to a gym. So I was going to do just like a body weight circuit at home, but body weight is hard to load up when it's for lower body, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, and I can do like a single leg hip thrust, works really well with nothing, because if I'm really focusing on, they're really challenging.
Yeah.
But I did a Bulgarian split squat up against the couch just with nothing. I wasn't holding anything, but I was trying to focus on like power. So I would come down into Bulgarian split squat, hold it for like 5 seconds, and then as powerfully as I can, like jump up, like jump and hop. And trying so hard to focus on getting up as quickly as possible is really hard because you feel like you're so slow. Like, oh my God, that took forever to get up.
Have you, so are you actually jumping? Like, have you ever done Bulgarian split squat jumps? Okay. Yeah, I've done those before and they're fun.
And then land in a pause at the bottom.
Okay, yeah.
And then I like 3 or 4 seconds and then powerfully jump back up. And it's like, it feels like I'm jumping in water. You know, like everything's like slower in water. Like I'm like, and I was thinking about you. I was like, Laura would have been up so fast.
I was just going to say, I'm probably faster than you. No, the more you do it, you'll notice like that. Like I notice, at least with me, I don't know, because my body's different than other people's. And because I'm so exceptional, like it might be different, but I notice that like with power, I'm so much better really quickly. So even like the second set, I'll be better than the first set.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's something I think that I'm going to include. I'm really bummed. I'm really, really actually very bummed about this. Before I moved, at like my second to last Taekwondo session, I had my master do the high jump test with the tape.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a ruler or a measure. So I was like, okay, next class, I'll bring one. And that was my last one. And I didn't bring one. And now I'll never know, because he's Taekwondo. I mean, I was just thinking about how high you have to jump and quickly and stuff. And I was like, I wonder what his like jump height is.
Oh, you had him do it.
Well, I did it too. So I was like, I showed him how to do it. And I was like, and then we'll measure. And then the other woman that came to the class, I did it with her. So he has tape just like on his freaking wall. And he'll probably forget that it's there. But, I don't know. I thought about messaging him, being like, hey, can you measure the distance between these tapes? His English really is not that great, and trying to communicate that would be, and then you probably forget. And I was like, I think I just lost my opportunity. I really wanted to know what it was.
Yeah. Men should be able to jump higher than women. So
but also with Taekwondo, and he's done like, you have to jump up. He can jump and do a double kick in the air. And I've thought about like, for me, even just a tornado kick is a complete 360-degree thing. You have to jump up and kick and like land back where you started. Yeah. And the amount of power it takes to like throttle my body off the ground to get the kick and then land. I've thought before, like he can do two kicks in that. So the amount of power you'd have to thrust yourself off the ground in order to get those basically double rotations. So I was thinking, I was like, man, what is it called? Jump height? Is it
vertical jump?
Yeah. Like must be high in order to be able to do stuff like that. Like to be really good at Taekwondo, you must have like a very high, like vertical jump height. Yeah.
Yeah. I would think so. I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd get dizzy and I wouldn't be able to do it. Like anything like that with my gene mutation.
Oh my God.
I can blame everything on that now, because now I know why I'm like this. It makes sense.
Yeah, just using shit as a crutch.
I am. I'm just
typical.
So many excuses.
Yeah. Everything.
No.
Ridiculous. You should work on that.
I know. I need to work on being more exceptional and less about worrying about being average. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's see. What do we got now? Oh, okay. So I was listening to, this was the one I read that I was like, huh? Because I wrote podcast, trainers, waste of money, but muscle confusion. I'm like, what does that mean?
Trainers, waste of money, but muscle confusion. I can make it. Can I guess what that means?
Guess.
Say it again.
Okay, so I wrote podcast dash trainers, waste of money, but then in parentheses wrote, but muscle confusion.
Trainers, waste of money, but muscle confusion. I think this has to do with trainers possibly using the idea of muscle confusion to get people to hire them.
Sort of. So I was listening to a podcast that wasn't a fitness podcast. It was actually like a financial podcast. And they were talking about things that are a waste of money. Right. And the one guy said to the girl, like, oh, I know one that you spend money on that's a waste. And he was like, a trainer. And she was like, which I was like offended, right?
Yeah.
And then she was like, why would that be a waste of money? And he was like, because you know what to do. You already know what to do. You don't need someone telling you what to do. And then she was like, yeah, but they give you all these new moves in the class. Like she had us doing this thing, and she was like explaining some weird exercise.
Did you just want to jump in on that podcast?
I so did.
Interrupt them talking.
I did, and she's like, "It's called muscle confusion, and you're constantly confusing your body, and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh no!"
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, do people still say this stuff? Do people still do this?
So tell us, Laura, why is muscle confusion not a thing?
Because you're not giving your body time to adapt to the thing that you're trying to get better at. Like the way you get better at things is by practice and doing it over and over again. Yeah. You don't want to be doing 500 different things because then you have no way of knowing if you're actually making improvements, and you're probably not making improvements because you're constantly switching up your program so much that, like I was saying with the Bulgarians, like I was saying, you're going to get better at. The next time you do it, you'll probably be more powerful with each jump because each time you do it, you're going to get better. And if you just switch to something else, then you're never going to develop that skill and you're never going to make positive changes.
Yeah. I will say variety matters, but I'll tell you why variety matters in a sec. But variety is second to progressive overload, which is what you're explaining. Progressive overload, you have to be able to track that you're actually getting better, stronger, whatever, that you're actually overloading yourself so that you can create the adaptation for change. Variety does matter, but not for the reason people think. Variety doesn't matter because your muscles get confused. Your muscles aren't confused. Variety matters for balance, for balance in aesthetics, for balance in the way that you move, for muscle strength, tendon and ligament strength. You need to be changing the ways that you're hitting muscles or the directions that you're moving, or making sure that you're training, antagonist muscles. So your biceps and your triceps fairly equally so that they can work well together in real life situations. But it's not because your muscles are confused or need
no. Yeah. And I do believe that if you always say back squat, you're just always back squatting, and then all of a sudden you've never done a Bulgarian split squat or some other exercise that's different or something, I do believe that you will make changes. I don't want to say quicker. Yeah, probably quicker doing a new exercise because you have to adapt to that new thing. It's almost like you get those newbie gains again, just not as intensely as you would if you are brand new. So I do think changing it up does help. I don't want to say confuse your muscles, but it does give it some kind of new adaptation that it has to adapt to. But you have to give it time to adapt to that adaptation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's frustrating. The other... I wanted to interrupt that podcast. I didn't even actually hear it. But the other thing about that, so it's muscle confusion is one piece, but the other piece is that hiring a trainer and this idea of you already know what to do. And I'm not saying that everybody should have a trainer because that's not necessarily true. But people don't hire trainers because they want to know what to do. The internet has everything that you need to do. You could find everything to do on the internet. It is so much more than just knowing what to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? People hire trainers because the main thing that people hire trainers or join a class or do any of that for is to take the thinking out of it for them. They don't want to have to go do all of this research on the internet to put together this program. They want to be able to pick the stuff that makes the most sense, put it together quickly, and so have somebody else do that for them.
And there is a lot of conflicting information online. So you can still find all the information, but it's hard to know what to believe. So finding someone that you trust to give you the right information, not just, whatever.
And to put it together in a way that makes sense. And then to switch it up. So maybe you spend the time doing all the research and you decide on a program that you think will work for you. Well, then in 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, whenever you're kind of tired of that and you want to refresh it, you're back to square one. So if you, just invest in somebody kind of taking that thinking out of it for you, it takes the friction away, which means you're more likely to do it.
And do you know how many times, like when people so I just got a new in-person client, right? Actually, that was my next topic. Like I was going to ask you, do you enjoy training people in person? So I just got a new in-person client. And it's funny because she said to me, she's like, honestly, she's like, I don't even care if we work out. I just would pay to come and talk to you for an hour. And she's like, I can just, because she understands, like,
you're elite,
because I'm elite and I have just so much exceptional knowledge up here. And she notices that because obviously, right? So
you should charge people just for like your friendship.
I should.
$100 an hour.
I just love when you say things so seriously, and I just they're jokes. Just but
sorry, I can't afford you, so this will probably be the last time we communicate.
But no, for real, she said, like, she's like, all of your knowledge, all of that stuff, she's like, I learned so much from you, and it's so much easier to learn it from you than it would be to, search it or whatever. And she's like, and I absorb it a lot better and whatever. And she's like, so I would actually pay just to talk to you. And then she's like, and it also feels like a therapy session. And I don't know how many times I've had like clients tell me like, it's like having a therapist, because you have to help them. That's probably more, that's the coaching part of it, right? Where you have to help them through all of the mental things, because that's really, people mostly know what they need to do. Like there's different things to make things more optimal, but there's really the basics usually get it done, but it's more it's the mental stuff that people have a harder time about. And I saw someone post this actually recently about because of ChatGPT and all that stuff, and they deliver macros. You get macros, your workout and all of that. And they're like, if you are just a macro deliverer and program deliverer and all of these things, like you're going to get replaced unless you actually do actual coaching on top of it. Yeah,
exactly. People are hiring you for the connection. They're hiring you for the for the information that you provide, but succinctly, and they're hiring you for the accountability, and they're hiring you to take the friction of deciding off of them. It's so much more than just knowing what to do. So much more.
And the other thing that I was the part of the reason I had this in here was I actually really enjoy training people in person. It's kind of funny because you would think like I'm so introverted and I don't want to see people. And it does get exhausting. Like if I had like 5 clients in one day, like I would probably be like, this is like, I can't do this forever. like I need a nap. But I feel the same way when I'm in front of my computer. Like they both stress me out in a different way. So breaking up, like I need that balance. But I really enjoy training people in person and that connection and talking with people and 100%. Not being in front of a computer screen. And you know how much I love to talk. So.
I love having in-person clients, and when you get one, like I had one recently. I'll go ahead and give her a shout out, Miss Felicia. You get those people that like sometimes there's times where I'm like, because she would come at the end of the day because it was after her work day. It was after my work day too. So a lot of times I was kind of already tired. You kind of like, oh, okay, I gotta like reinvigorate myself to like be somebody's trainer, and kind of like not looking forward to it per se, but like you're just like, oh, okay. I got to work another hour. Yeah. And then she shows up, and 100% of the time when she would leave, my mood would be lifted. My spirit would be lifted. Like she has that way of, just connecting deeper down. Yeah. And I just always walk away in like a better mood.
And see, that's the thing. It has to be the right person because there's different people. True. There's certain people that exhaust me and drain me. And then like this client, my new client doesn't do that.
I don't take on people that I get that. Pretty picky.
I'll be like, oh, my rates are now $100 a session.
No, because I'll take you for that.
I'm willing. I'll get paid. I'll do it, but you got to pay me more. because you're exhausting. But yeah, no, I really enjoy that. Okay. I have so much random stuff here. Okay.
That's all right.
Are you like
FYI.
painting your nails or something?
Hold on. 32 pause. I have been putting this clear nail polish on every day that is supposed to make your nails like harder and stronger, and it doesn't do that. And it's very peelable and it's very addicting. And I just find myself putting it on one day and peeling it off the next. And after we're done this, I'll go put it back on.
Did you ever do that with glue as a kid?
Yep, on my palms.
Yeah, I'd always get there and then peel it off.
So apparently that's still a thing. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm not a weirdo. Everyone does it. I want to do some overrated, underrated.
Oh yeah.
All right, I have one that I'm pretty opinionated about.
Ooh.
Okay, organic food, like organically labeled food.
Organically labeled. I know how I feel about it. I don't know what the rating is. I would still say overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have a reason why?
Yeah, because it's just so many things. Organic in general, they can charge so much more money, and it's just marketing at its finest. Mm-hmm. Because you're still going to be way healthier eating like a non-organic red pepper than like not eating red peppers because you can't afford organic, right? It's funny because I still have family members that think I only eat organic. Like, oh, I got organic for you. I'm like, just because I'm healthy and I eat well and I exercise doesn't mean I eat all organic. Like,
no.
And there's a time and a place for like valuing things being organic. But if you're going to like a big box grocery store and you're buying produce and you're buying things, like organic can only mean so much. And you probably know more about this and have more to speak on it. But even organic, quote unquote, still uses chemicals. They still use processes that you would not necessarily consider organic. But if they fall under this certain like type of guideline, then they get the privilege of using that label, even if it doesn't match what you think it matches.
Yeah, I think it's overrated, especially if it's just labeled like you. I don't think organic is overrated. Like when I get my vegetables from the CSA, I do think those are way more. I think they're more nutrient dense because the soil isn't overturned as much. Like the soil isn't depleted and all of that. It's not over farmed. Yep, is what I'm trying to say. So I believe that is healthier, but still, if I couldn't have that. Vegetables are if you can't afford organic, then regular vegetables are way better than not eating vegetables at all. Right. It's like trying to see like I think that like pesticides, like I do think like spraying our crops with all of these things is not like healthy. Like I don't think like ingesting that is healthy. And I know it's like the dose makes the poison, but a lot of people when they say dose makes the poison, they don't really think about like, well, okay, yeah. But when you do the test on that, it's like on this thing, this one thing, and how much of this thing do you need to ingest for it to be a problem? But in real life, you're getting this thing, and then you're getting this thing over here, and this thing over here, and this thing over here. So the toxic load is actually way more than what they're doing in these tests because you're getting it from a variety of different things. But, so I'm not saying that I think that spraying our crops is like, yay, but it's still way better. That vegetable, like the benefit you're getting from that vegetable, even if it's non-organic, is way better than if you didn't eat it at all. Right. And the scare, like I feel like they scare people away from vegetables. There's certain people that scare people away from eating them because if they're non-organic, you're going to die, but like it's just, I don't really like any of that stuff. And when it comes to like buying them from the store, if you're buying, like you were saying, if you're buying organic and non-organic, you're just basically paying for a label. You're paying more for that label being there because they had to do extra testing and all these things. And they're still sprayed. Like the organic ones are still sprayed and they are not even tested. Like some of them have less testing on them and some of them may be more toxic than the non-organic ones. So I don't really think it's that big of a deal, like which one you choose. Like if you feel safer with the organic and you can afford it, then do it. And if you can't, like seriously, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal, you know?
I mean, that's where I said like there's a time and a place for like caring and there's ways to care about things being organic. But again, it's like with the misleading thing. Like if you're going to Giant or Wegmans or whatever your grocery store is, and you're going to a big box grocery store, where they're getting the organic and where they're getting the conventional are still coming from massive farms. And sometimes they're the same farm. It's just a different section of it and it's a lot of the organic labeling stuff with these big, massive names and farms is all like loophole stuff. Like if you were to actually read what that stuff's sprayed with, you wouldn't consider it organic. So if you're going to care about things being organic, then do your research and get a little educated and maybe look locally, because a lot of the actual real benefits of trying to buy organic also tie in with, like you said, like maybe buying more local. I'm thinking about the transport of the different things and where they're getting it. Like if you're somebody that cares about organic, you probably care like bigger picture too. And local farms can actually use less pesticides and less stuff like that. So even if it's not organic, even if a local farm is not organic because they can't
certified
qualify,
organic,
exactly, they can. It's going to be like they can spray less and have less stuff than maybe the organic stuff at your grocery store has because they went through the certification process and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, and most likely the soil, you're probably going to get better, like I said, better nutrients because the soil's depleted and from over farming and stuff. And in there, where they're farming, it's probably the soil's probably has a lot more nutrients in it. I actually got an email from, and I want to read it. It's quick, from Lane Norton, not to me specifically, to his subscribers. But he said I came across some interesting research that might change your perspective on the organic versus conventional food debate. Here's what happened. Researchers looked at pesticide exposure and hypertension risk while they tracked fiber intake, and the results were pretty wild. People exposed to pesticides had a modest increase in hypertension risk. But here's where it gets interesting. When people ate more than 17 grams of fiber per day, the pesticide effect completely disappeared. Now, that might sound like fiber is some magical pesticide antidote, but here's what really happened. People eating high fiber diets are eating better overall, more fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Exactly. Meanwhile, people eating low fiber diets are probably eating more processed junk, which also happens to contain pesticides. In other words, it's not that fiber protects you from pesticides, it's that people with high fiber diets have a better overall nutrition, which protects them from everything. Isn't that what I always say? Like, all these foods have this protective effects of these foods is way more important than worrying about all the negative tiny little things. And if you're thinking, well, I'll just switch to organic to avoid pesticides entirely, then I'm sorry to deliver the bad news that organic foods use pesticides too. They're just organic pesticides, some of which actually have less safety data than conventional ones. So what's my main takeaway? Stop obsessing over organic labels and start focusing on eating real food with plenty of fiber. That's what the research actually shows matters.
Yep.
And I agree with that, like 100%.
100%.
Yeah. And that's what I always say, like the protective things in these fruits and vegetables is way more important than the little pesticide residue that's on them. Yeah.
Speaking of pesticides, my pest guys here.
Okay.
I'm just going to go non-organically spray my yard for roaches.
Oh, good. Good.
Texas, man.
Roaches? You get a lot of roaches?
Oh, yeah. But when he comes, if he's regular, he does our other house too. They're gone. But you can always tell when he hasn't been. Like we got at this house, we're like, all right, we need a pest guy because clearly they can keep up with that.
Well, it was nice talking to you, and I missed you. I missed you so much.
I miss you.
I'll
see you soon.
I didn't know what to do. Okay.
I can imagine. That's weird. Yeah. All right. We'll chat soon. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, share, all that stuff.
Bye.